Okay, hello friends. Today in this session I'm going to draw basic lines and shading. So lines means thick and the combination of thick and thin line from the single cone. So how to draw thin line as it is thick line from the same cone, same henna cone, and how to apply shading again using from the same cone. So let us start, and also we'll cover some basic of drawing filler designs from the same cone, from the same henna cone, as well as giving the outer shape, thick outer shape from the same cone. Okay, so let us start with, first you need to practice for holding of mehndi cone. Usually I have uploaded one video for different ways of holding henna cone. There are three levels, 1, 2 and 3. There are three levels for holding your mehndi cone. So I am using this first level for drawing basic shape, as well as for filling different designs in the shape for any kind of mehndi design. Some people are using to draw like holding cone in this way. Then some people are using this second level for drawing mehndi art, but I am using this first level. So I am just holding my cone like this. This cone is palo henna cone that I am currently using. Okay, so let us start. Now while you are drawing line, so whenever you start drawing line, just press your cone little bit and press it, continue till the end of line. To make it symmetrical, just press your cone equally. Just maintain the pressure of holding cone equally until the end point of your line. So you will get the equal thickness of line from starting to end point. Now next is if you are if you are drawing something like this, then again pressing little bit more, again you are reducing pressing of holding mehndi cone, again you are increasing the pressing of this mehndi cone, then the line should be like this. It will not result in the equal width from starting to end. So to maintain the equality in the width from starting point to ending point, just maintain the pressure while holding the cone. So for that, if you want to practice for this, then just draw two horizontal lines. Now between these two horizontal lines, make start points and make end points. Now just try to connect all these starting points with and all these ending points. Just for the practice purpose, I am giving this technique for drawing equal with parallel lines. Now see here, I am maintaining the pressure of holding this mehndi cone. Now this is the thin line. Now if I want to make thick line from the same mehndi cone, then just increase little bit pressure for holding this mehndi cone, and again maintain the level of holding mehndi cone. Again press little bit more and just maintain that till the end of your line. Again, now from the same cone I am going to construct, or I am going to create a very thin line. So for that, just hold mehndi cone like this and draw a very thin line. So you can see the difference between each of these lines using the same cone. So this is what about drawing lines. So whenever you are drawing line, just keep holding your cone like this and just maintain the pressure. If you are pressing it alternative, then it will result in like this. So this is the wrong way for drawing straight line in a equal way. So always just maintain the holding of mehndi cone till the end of your line. See what I am practicing. Now if I want to create thick line, then just press your cone little bit more. This is what about the practice session. So now this is about the lines, drawing parallel lines. Now let us start with the curve. Basics of drawing curves with the same cone. So first put 2 dots. Now I am going to work half circular shape. So just join them. Again, while you are drawing this curve shape, just again hold your cone and maintain pressure, pressing your cone equally. Just maintain the pressure of holding your cone equally. If you at the initial stage increase the pressure and then after you decrease it, then somehow it will result like this. Starting with the width of this, then it will gradually decrease it. Now to draw thick curve shape, just press your cone little bit more and just join them. Now another technique for drawing thick line for the more perfection, just draw a very thin line, again very thin line parallelly. Just keep minimum distance between two lines, and now just fill these two lines. Now if you want to draw this kind of shape, then now just observe in this shape the width of line is decreased as the length of line is increased. Just observe that width of line is decreased starting to this end. This is the starting point and this is the ending point. So from starting point to the end point, the width of these two lines are decreased. So how to work this? So for that, first, now this is again depends on the pressure you are giving for holding the cone. So starting with pressing your cone little bit more. So here I am pressing my cone little bit more, and slowly I am just reducing it. Again from here I am pressing my cone, and now I am slowly reducing the pressure, and just I am giving this shape. So just observe that from the same cone I have created this many different size of lines. Now similarly, let us see the filling technique. So here first I am drawing lines lightly, then just fill it with number of parallel lines. Once again, this video is for beginners, those who have just started learning this art. So for that they need to practice for a number of parallel lines as well as number of parallel curves with different size from the same cone. If you are if you comfortably create this many different size of lines and curves and designs from the same cone, then this will improve your speed as well as perfection. Then here put some dots, then again draw some line. Just see, I am again using the same cone. So here I have finished the filling designs. Now next is I am going to cover this. I am going to recreate the border. So the border I am going to create like this, starting with the thick to thin line, again thick to thin line. So similarly just redraw it and just complete it. So at the initial stage press your cone little bit more and slowly reduce the pressure of holding cone. See the result. So in this way, in the variety of way you can create design like this one, then like this one. Just see the difference between the width of shape. Then with this one, then for some spiral. So there are so many shapes are available for practice. Again see this one. Just observe the difference of width at different point. Here the width of line is more compared with this section for the same shape. Again observe here the width of line is somewhat more compared with this section of same design. Just observe this leaf. Again you can create one more section in this. Just see, one side of leaf I have created with thick line, and other side of leaf I have created with a thin line. So similarly, it is all about practice of different size of lines and curves. So for the practice, I am just suggesting you to draw two vertical lines, then put some dots and try to connect them in a straight way. So just give different level of pressure and just observe it by yourself, and just take decision how to create next step is for curve. Then try the combination of thick and thin. Now next thing is applying shading with the same cone. See here I have created shapes as well as filling design with the same cone. Now next is I am going to apply shading from the same cone. So for shading, the basics of shading is, if you draw one line, then just without pressing anything, just extend the paste from this line. This is just for practice purpose I am showing you. This is what about the thick line. Now if there is a very thin line, just assume there is a very thin line, then just press your cone little bit and slowly just work shading, and at the end for the finishing just draw line. So this is what about, there are two ways for applying shading, from thick line and from thin line. So if you are applying shading from the thin lines, then at the end you just need to redraw your line for the finishing. Now let us fill shading in all of this shape that we have created for practicing different size and different level of pressing henna cone. Now again you can apply shading from downward in a downward direction, as well as you can apply shading in the upward direction. So it depends on your choice and design that you are making. So in this, from this thin line I am applying the shading in upward direction, sorry, in downward direction, and from here I am applying shading in upward direction. So in the shading, just do this. Don't press your cone like this. This is the wrong method and this is the right method. Just press your cone very slowly and just apply shading. So now in this I am going to apply shading like this. Now here in the outer part I am going to apply shading in the leaf. Shading will give you the light dark combination in the stain. Then in this flower, just I am going to draw, I am going to apply shading in this way. Now other thing you should remind is, you need to work shading according to the shape of your design. So according to the outer shape, you need to work for shading. Now see example, if the shape is this and if I am giving shading in this way, okay, so the shape is this and I am giving shading in upward direction. Now see the result. In this shape I am going to give I am going to apply shading by following this curve shape. Now see the result. So one more thing you need to keep in mind is for the shading, just whenever you are trying to apply shading, just follow the outer part of shape. Like if the shape is this, if the shape is this, then the shading should be follow this shape. The direction of shading should follow this shape of leaf. Then in this kind of petal or in this kind of shape, don't give or don't apply shading straightforwardly. This is not the way for applying shading in this kind of design. Just apply shading by following any one of outer shape. So this is what about shading. You can apply shading in different way according to the design. In some design, especially Arabic design, shading is applied in the center part of design, then it will be followed by some dots or lines. Then the remaining one in this video or for tutorial is the combination of filler design as well as technique. So in that, just consider this shape that we practice for drawing different size of line in the same design. So just divide this design in the section with a very thin line. So here this shape is now divided into two sections, first and second. So in the first section I am going to apply this very thin filling design. So for that, now I am holding my cone, giving a very slow pressing. Just press your cone slowly and try to create design. Now just put a big dot at the center. Now in this second section I am going to apply shading like this. Just press your cone little bit. Just observe the direction of shading that I am doing. So once again, thank you for watching. This tutorial is just for holding your cone, then from the same cone how to create different size of lines as well as curves, as well as filling technique, as well as applying shading. So with the with the use of same mehndi cone, you can add this many varieties in your design. So after practicing with this, you should able to work different you should able to add different varieties in your design with the same cone. So I'm sure it will speed up your work. So thank you for watching. Once again, just share this basic techniques with your friends, those who really want to learn this art. So this kind of techniques will help them to learn and begin this art. So thank you so much.